Manchester United is about to make the biggest strategic blunder of the decade, and most fans are actually cheering for it. While the internet is busy taking the mickey out of Harry Maguire, the corridors of Old Trafford are hiding a ticking time bomb. Losing this centre-back now could mean the total collapse of whatever leadership is left in this squad. If you think he's just a deadwood, you're falling straight into a trap, and I'm going to prove to you why United will bitterly regret it if they let this man leave through the back door. Because there's a detail about Maguire's role within United that almost nobody notices, and once you understand it, letting him go will seem like an absolute joke. Not every decision that defines a club's future is about a massive new signing. Sometimes the risk lies exactly in letting someone slip away who has already proven their worth within the building. And that is exactly why Harry Maguire's situation deserves a much deeper conversation among United supporters. When Maguire arrived at Manchester United in the summer of 2019 from Leicester City, the reaction was instant. The club forked out £80 million for the defender, making him the most expensive centre-back in history at that moment. For a huge part of the press and rival fans, it seemed over the top. The transfer fee was headline news for weeks. Every single Maguire performance was put under a microscope. The price tag turned the player into a constant target for debate and vitriol. And when an athlete arrives at a club the size of Manchester United carrying that kind of expectation, every mistake is blown out of proportion. The weight of the shirt is massive enough on its own. When you add a record-breaking transfer label, it becomes even heavier. There were dark times on this journey. The 2021-22 season was the most turbulent period of Maguire's career in Manchester. The team was all over the place on the pitch, the atmosphere outside was dominated by toxicity, and United's collective performance didn't help. In situations like that, many players just go missing. Some lose their spot in the squad, others pack their bags to try and restart elsewhere. But think about your worst day at work, and now multiply that by 1,000,000. In 2021, Maguire wasn't just a player, he was the most hated meme on the planet. Real threats, boos in his own stadium, and a global cancellation that would have ended the careers of 99% of athletes. Anyone else would have handed in a transfer request. But what Maguire did defines what it means to be a United legend. He kept his mouth shut, worked harder than anyone else, and survived. He turned that hate into a suit of armor that no amount of money in the Saudi or European markets can buy today. He has the grit to withstand the pressure. 7 years after that transfer that sparked so much talk, it's finally possible to look back with a different perspective. Maguire has racked up hundreds of appearances for Manchester United, played in Europe, worked under different managers, survived crises, and played his part in squad rebuilds. This journey has forged something that is now highly valued at Carrington, real-world experience in a high-pressure environment. And that explains why Maguire has become such a respected figure within the group. It's not just about what he does on the pitch, but the way he carries himself day in, day out. He's become a blueprint for the younger lads just starting their journeys at the club. Michael Carrick, who knows exactly what it means to wear the Manchester United shirt, recently backed this up when talking about the defender. Carrick described Maguire as an impressive character within the squad, someone who has built a massive career and gained vital experience for both club and country. According to Carrick, Maguire's value goes way beyond individual performances. He highlighted the player's willingness to take responsibility, to put himself out there when leadership is needed, and to help keep the balance within the group. For a squad that blends youth with players at different stages of their careers, that presence is gold. The critical error here is treating Maguire like just another centre-back, because he is the real lightning rod of Old Trafford. Carrick and Dalot know something we don't see on the telly. Maguire soaks up all the external pressure and the media attacks so that lads like Mainoo and Garnacho can play with freedom, without the weight of the world on their shoulders. If you remove the lightning rod, the building burns down at the first sign of a storm. Losing Maguire is like ripping out the load-bearing pillars of a house just because they aren't pretty. And here is the tactical secret that no one tells you. Balancing a squad isn't just about pace and goals, it's about stability. Every great team needs youth, energy, and potential. But it also needs players who have been through the wars and know how to handle the pressure. That middle ground between youth and experience creates stability in a competitive group. And Maguire occupies that exact space. He's already past that early career honeymoon phase where everything seems easy and you play without the weight of past failures. He's also faced the dark times, when critics and defeats make any athlete doubt themselves. Today, he brings both, the physical capacity to compete at the top level and the wisdom gathered over the years. And if you think leadership doesn't win matches, look at the sky. In the Premier League, the aerial battle is a war. Maguire isn't just a defender, he is your fire insurance on set pieces. In a league decided by the smallest margins, having someone who dominates the box like him is the difference between 3 points in the bag or a fatal counter-attack. His teammate, Diogo Dalot, also reinforced this view when commenting on the big man after a recent United win. Dalot pointed out Maguire's mental toughness and stated that when he's fit and in the right headspace, he's one of the most reliable defenders in the Premier League. That observation carries even more weight when you consider the style of the English game. The Premier League demands intensity, raw strength, and constant focus. On top of that, the impact of set pieces has only grown in the modern game. And in this department, Maguire offers something very few in the squad possess: absolute dominance in the air. His presence in aerial duels helps both in defense and in attacking situations, especially from corners and wide free kicks. In a league where so many games are decided by details, this kind of attribute is a massive asset. It all leads to the heart of this discussion. The critical mistake Manchester United might make in losing Harry Maguire isn't just losing an experienced defender. The bigger risk is underestimating the value built up over years at the club. Experience in massive games. Knowing the pressure of wearing this shirt. The ability to help younger players understand what it takes to compete at the highest level. These things rarely show up in the stats. They aren't measured in goals or assists. But they make all the difference in a dressing room. Some pundits slammed Manchester United in 2019 for signing Maguire for £80 million. Time has shown that the story is far more complex than that initial knee-jerk judgment. The defender went through hell, answered on the pitch, and built a significant legacy at the club. Now, 7 years later, a new decision looms. And the question is unavoidable: does Manchester United recognise how important Maguire actually is to this squad? Or are they about to make a mistake that will only be felt once his absence starts haunting the training ground, the dressing room, and those moments where the team desperately needs a cool head? Because rebuilding a club isn't just about signing new talent. It's also about keeping the players who understand the weight of the badge and help hold the group's mentality together. And Harry Maguire, after everything he's lived through in Manchester, represents exactly that. Now, I want to hear from you, United fans. Should the club renew Maguire's contract and keep that experience in the squad? Or is it time to go in a different direction? I know plenty of you still want him gone. But after everything I've shown you, would you rather risk our youngsters' future without a leader, or admit you were wrong and keep the big man? Type stay or go in the comments. I'll be reading the best arguments. Leave your thoughts below and join the debate.